You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna try. You sure have really big muscles. I'm such a dick to Dora. Hey now, don't be looking at me with those eyes. I'm off limits, you hear? I'm sweet on someone else, so I just don't got room for you in my heart, that's all. Oh, I understand. I'm sorry. Yeah, go on now and stop bugging me. Sorry, I couldn't resist. Okay, so I talked to all four of you, all five of you actually, so now I just have to talk to Karen and Ray. Oh, that was hilarious. You sure have really big muscles. I had a feeling that would happen too, because he was so smitten with Dora. And of course I ship him and Dora a lot right now, because they make a cute little pair. But I just had to do that just to see what his reaction was. Oh my god. So maybe you can't romance everybody, but you have the chance to romance, like, have, like, romantic approaches. And kind of like in... Perfect example is there's a party member, a squad mate in Mass Effect 2, where if you flirt with her, or consistently and such, she'll be like, not in this lifetime, but maybe in another lifetime where it's possible. Hint, hint. So, wasn't actually a romance, but you got to try and hit on her. That was something. My queen, how do you fare? Queen Karen rolled her head over to see Saren standing close, worry in his eyes. Ryouseiken had looked that way at the end of their journey. She looked away immediately, pain now setting in her face. Leave me. He took a step back. He knew that she likely would not find comfort for some time, and it was perhaps too soon to speak with her. As you wish. May I ask about who the man you were traveling with was? Karen looked locked up, but she managed to speak. He was Ryouseiken. He was my private servant and a close companion. You loved him, didn't you? Yes, I will admit it. I did love him. I loved a man, and dearly. No! Okay, I might be... I'm... Okay, God, I sound like a hypocrite now. I did the last one just kind of as... I did the last one because I knew he had the hots for somebody else and probably wouldn't break from it. Okay, I didn't know if he would break from it or not. I wouldn't have complained if he did, but... I sound like more and more of a dick, so I'll just put it like this. I'm not going to hit on a woman who just lost her loved one, like, X amount of time ago and is still grieving over it. My God. I am such a hypocrite, aren't I? I am not here to judge you. I am not against your connection as much as Loren might be. Yet you have the right to judge your queen. I was supposed to be the perfect Amazon, but instead I have become this weak woman. Why consider yourself to be weak? You made a strong connection with another being. That's worthy of respect. I know you are comforting me, but your words are not enough right now. I'm sorry. I feel like such an asshole in a weird way. It's like... I hit on him kind of because I half expected that sort of reaction. And, you know, maybe the other half was kind of hopeful that it was a romance option. But with Karen, she just lost her loved one. That would be like me hitting on, like, one of my friends after they just broke up with their ex. You know, they'd be kind of like bumming out over it. It's not the right time. Loren told me once that you were a very private person, even with her. Is that true? Private? She had to meditate on the accusation for a moment. Does she consider me a poor mother? No, sorry, that's not what she said at all. I can see what she means. I did not nurse or entertain her, nor confide in her with my personal problems. Those were mine to solve. Burdening others is a high offense. Sometimes people want to take that burden away from you because they care. Refusing them could be an even higher offense. Karen reflected on what he just said. Loren has never acted like she was interested in my affairs. In any case, she has turned out to be a much stronger Amazon than I could have hoped for. She will make an excellent queen, and I wish her daughters that follow in her footsteps. How did you become Queen of the Amazons? My esteemed mother was queen, and I was her chosen kin. So you are a royal family that will continue for generations. If my blood remains strong and serves the Amazons, it will. But not all queens are chosen by blood. The mother before mine challenged the former queen to battle and won, thereby gaining the throne. So that is what you mean by remaining strong. Can anyone challenge the queen? Challenging the throne is not a small task, nor one to take lightly. If you do not win, you die. And even if you win, your battle must be an honor, meaning more than just a fair battle. Your fight must be just in cause. You cannot challenge the queen simply because you want the title. The mother before mine wished to displace a queen who was seen as weak. The people rejoiced when she was slain. I see. That is my blood. She gave birth to my mother, and now Loren will replace me. Our bloodline will remain strong. Loren does not deserve to be displaced simply because of my weakness. May I ask a question? Yes, go on. You announced that you would give your crown to Loren very soon, and it was the decision I came to almost as soon as Loren rescued me. I only grew more sure of my decision as I saw Loren's maturity in battle. Is that what we're calling it now? Maturity? I call that more brash, impulsive nature. But you are still so young. Loren saved your life so that you would return to your throne. Loren should have never saved me. But she did, and now the Amazons have a weakling for a queen. It is my duty to keep their interests. The Amazons need Loren as their queen, not me. You are not weak. I've seen you fight, and you are very strong. My weakness lies within me, and that is the worst kind of all. Whatever you think is weakness is actually the fibers of every being. It is not a flaw worth condemning your whole life over. Our flaws are what separate us from the gods and make us all equal. The Amazons do not have gods. We have great mothers. They are past queens. Saren felt his stomach clench. Karen sighed and looked away. I'm sorry. Please, I need to be alone right now. Alright? So now we get to talk to Ray. Or we do not get to talk to Ray. That's fine. We get to progress. And we have a lot of areas we can go to, but we are going to go to the Cyclops first, because that's where we last saw Mesfit. The party traveled to the last known hunting grounds of the Cyclops. Using Ray's tracking skills and his thorough knowledge of Mesfit, they were able to confirm exactly where he was headed. They wandered into a canyon and stopped when they saw a frightening Cyclops in the distance. It was too late to leave unnoticed. The monster stood up and looked right at them. I don't like this at all. We've slain many like him. But even Loren's courage faltered as she felt the ground shake with each step of the Cyclops as he advanced towards the party. Be careful! The Cyclops suddenly charged at the party with an aggressive roar. And then a mightier roar stopped the Cyclops right in its tracks. It looked around in confusion. A beast sprang out from nowhere and attacked the Cyclops. The whole party stumbled backwards. The Cyclops whined in pain and ran in the opposite direction. His attacker did not chase him. By the moon. Saren slowly recognized the unusual demon to be Mesfit, but he looked very different. Holy shit. He looks like he's like possessed. He suddenly faced the party, demonic eyes pulsing, fanged teeth bared, and dripping blood from his recent attack. Gotcha. Ray cocked his crossbow and aimed it right for the dark elf's head. Saren sheathed his sword and rushed towards Mesfit. Move, you're in my shot! But he did not stop and confronted the demonic elf directly. He growled at him in mixture of primal instinct and recognition. Saren punched Mesfit directly in his face. My god. It would have been just as easy to just like shoot a crossbow arrow, but he runs up and punches him in the face. What's that trope called? Defining moment of awesome? Or, like, too badass? There's too many tropes for me to try and think of. My god. The entire group gasped as Mesfit reeled back with a snap of his teeth. What's wrong with you? Your father thinks you're dead. You keep breaking his heart and ruining everything the Dark Elves are fighting for. You hurt your own brothers, escaping your isolation, and for what? You're just roaming around out here. I think it's time you stopped being so selfish. Mesfit's breathing unfurled in low growls as he just scowled at Saren and his words. Loren was on edge, afraid for her companion's life. Slowly, the dark elf's breathing and form both returned to normal. The color of his eyes returned and his beastly features subsided. He was finally only looking at Saren with a hard gaze. There, that's better. A hand on Saren's arm pulled him away from Mesfit. Loren's sword was shining brightly against Mesfit's skin as she simultaneously threatened him with it and eased Saren away. Your terror ends now. Mesfit was suddenly very afraid of the sight of Loren's ancient sword. You've made up your mind, then? We kill him? He is a demon, we all saw that. But he's not a demon, he's only a dark elf who has been corrupted. Which was his own choice, mind you. He asked for this. No. Everyone was startled to hear his normal voice. I didn't ask for this. Do you have some sort of demon disease? Ah, are you contagious? She said I would be given power, and I had no ability to say no. Loren's sword shook as if she wanted to believe him, but she was still torn. He's a demon. He was not born in Everburn. Only part of him is corrupted, and a part that can obviously be tamed. Karen looked over at Saren with interest. Do not speak of me as if I'm not here. You won't be here. Your life is in our hands if you've forgotten. Mesfit's breathing started to quicken in response to the threat. Loren, no! Lower your sword! You're stirring the demon inside of him! Saren wanted to see if Mesfit could reject his demon side, because if he could, then he would be redeemed. Mesfit stared at them all for a long moment. The group waited on edge to see which form he would take. But he suddenly bolted away from them. He ran quickly across the sands to escape. I got him! Ray shot at him, but Mesfit was running with demon speed. They attempted to catch up with him. It was only a matter of time before they lost him completely. The party slowed to a halt and caught their breath. I will not stand his games anymore. Not as easy as it looks, is it? He has an unfair advantage. We need to hunt him down. Saren heard something to his side. It could have easily been an animal, but his intuition hinted at something more. With the party deep in conversation, he crept slowly towards the large rocks nearby. The rustling was heard again, so he darted behind his boulders. Saren was suddenly dragged down to the ground and his mouth covered. Am I demon or am I elf? Mesfit's voice was hoarse and his hand was shaking, yet when Saren found his eyes, they were as sharp as swords. Holy shit, what's going on? Saren pried his hand from his mouth and matched those eyes then. I see an elf. He seemed to calm. They stared at each other, the hot sand burning their skin. Finally, he looked down to tend to an arrow stuck in his leg. He ripped it from his skin without a second thought. Stop, let me... Oh, that was a complete sentence. Saren used his healing magic on Mesfit, and the arrow wound closed. After it was tended to, they were enveloped by silence again. It was clear that Mesfit could easily escape again, and would. I can't let you leave. Then kill me. Saren swallowed. No. Without being threatened, his demon side was not claiming him, and he seemed so completely normal, at least as much as any troubled soul could be. It did not feel like the right thing to do to kill him, not when a loved one so dearly wanted him home. You will go back to Tabar and you'll do as he says. Not yet. Why not? I'm not done. Done with what? Saren could hear his name being called now that they noticed he was gone. I must kill him. I must have his head. Well, he has Saren hostage! Uh-oh. Loren and the rest of the members crowded around the rocks. Amukiki subdued and held Mesfit while Ray kept him in check with his crossbow. No, wait! Mesfit growled, tempting his demon instincts. Put away your weapons. His demon blood is triggered from self-preservation. Don't threaten him. Are you still negotiating with this filth? We decided to kill him. He said he will go back to Tabar if he does one thing first, right? Tell him, Mesfit. Amukiki's grip loosened so that he could talk. Dromzak, let me kill him, and I'll return to the desert. Who the blast is Dromzak? Whoa, that double-headed ogre? The what? The what? The internet's been eating all the caravans lately. There's a juicy bounty on him. But why would he wish to claim the bounty? It has no effect on the Dark Elves. Tell us. They all looked to Mesfit for an answer. Sport. That was all he said, and it took everyone a long time to process it. You mean you're hunting him for fun? His body shuddered and he clenched his jaw. Inside me, it tells me to kill. This is likely the demon's blood to blame. If we help you kill Dromzak, you'll be satisfied? You'll see your father? Mesfit nodded with effort. But I bet the gold will be really good if we get the bounty. We should kill Mesfit, but still go hunt down the Etten anyway. He sounds interesting. Quiet. No. Tabar asked us for a son, not a corpse. We will do what he wants and then take him back where he belongs. You've acquired Mesfit's personal quests. Kill Dromzak. Do I get Mesfit in my team? Saren was relieved that his mistress had made such a compassionate decision. Secretly, Mesfit would be too. The Dark Elf was kept under high guard. Saren shared responsibility with Ray to keep him in check. With the promise to hunt down Dromzak, Mesfit was obedient in hopes to finally quench his bloodlust. Interesting. Let's see if anybody has anything to say about this. Ray? My God! You guys have nothing to say. So, we need to head to the Vork's lair. However, I do think, quote-unquote, that we are out of time for this episode, so I'm going to cut it here. Fun episode, lots of funny stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, I encourage you to leave a like and comment, as it really helps and benefits the growth of the channel, and tells me you guys are enjoying the playthrough. I am Rye. Happy gaming, everybody. See you soon.